It can be hard enough to keep track of changing time zones as you fly from one province to another, not to mention getting used to the idea of having to adjust your watch and your alarm. But a bill that would stop Albertans from changing their clocks twice a year would also put the province 2 hours ahead of neighboring BC for several months.
This time change would mean that those 6 a.m. early morning business departures, for example, change to even an hour earlier. And so a business traveler certainly may see that as a disincentive and choose other options that might not connect through or with Alberta at all.
Edmonton International Airport says there are 15,000 flights a year between the West Coast and its terminals alone. WestJet has warned Alberta could lose its status as a hub connecting BC to the rest of the country. But not everyone is bothered by the notion.
I have to get up at 3, I get up at 3, so it's always been that way.
At public hearings across the province, some Albertans who want to have a single time all year long are speaking up.
Changing the clocks twice a year is kind of going back to more of an archaic requirement that was probably good 40, 50 years ago.
After some consultations of his own, the MLA behind the private members bill argues switching the clock can also be dangerous.
People who worked in fields that you found had a very set routine, you would have adverse effects when you change the clock. So for nurses, for example, you would see patients that maybe had a very strict pill regimen, would have a very difficult time transitioning around the time change.
Alberta will hold hearings for the rest of the week, and the committee holding them has to write a report by the next month before Dang's bill returns to the legislature for further debate. Rafi Vujikanian, CBC News, Edmonton.